Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna have a quick little video here where I'm gonna show you guys a little bit about how the PlayStation 5's screen capturing works for recording your gameplay. You don't need a capture card unless you really want to go that route with like an Elgato, but the PlayStation 5 does a phenomenal job at capturing video, and I'm going to show you guys how you can do it. And you also have the ability to use external microphones, so you don't have to use the microphone that comes inside the PlayStation 5. And I'm going to show you guys how you do that. So by default, the PlayStation 5 is set to record videos at 1080p. But personally, I prefer to record my videos at 4K, 60 FPS with the HDR turned on. Now, the reason why I like to record these videos at 4K 60 FPS is because when I go back into post editing and I add that file to Premiere Pro and I convert it now to 1080p, I have a lot more data to play with. I have a lot more bit rate that I can use from the 4K, and it's going to yield a much better looking 1080p. So when I'm going to be uploading my videos to YouTube, they're going to be 1080p at 60 FPS, but they are downscaled from a 4K version, which means they're going to look better than if I just recorded the video in 4K. Than if I just recorded the video in 1080p and then I tried to convert it or re-encode it to 1080p in Premiere Pro, because YouTube is going to do a lot of compression. So if I can start off with a much higher version of the video, which is the 4K 60 FPS version from the PS5, then it's going to have a lot better outcome. So the way you do that is you go into your settings on the top right here, right? You press the X button, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to scroll down to the bottom where it's going to say broadcast and capture. You see down here? Captures and broadcast, right? So when you go inside there, you see where it says captures, it says broadcast, and then it says clip format. So we're not going to worry about the broadcast, because the broadcast is if you're live streaming. We're going to focus on the captures, okay? So by default, so when you go in here, first let's talk about the shortcuts and the create button. I talked a little bit, I talked about this in my PlayStation 5 basics, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in it when I'm going. So in here, when you go in here, PlayStation 5 allows you to decide how you want to map that button. And that button is this button here. Let me see the button here. It's called the share button, okay? So when you press this button, it really engages your screen capturing features. So by default, when you first get your PlayStation 5, it's going to be on the standard mode, okay? So the standard mode, what it says here is when you press this button, the share button, once, it's going to bring up your control. So it's going to bring up the screenshot controls on the bottom, okay? If you press and hold the button, it's going to take a screenshot, okay? If you press it twice, it's going to save a video clip, okay? Now the way that I like to use it is I like to remap the button. So if you press the X, so by now on default, it's on the standard. So on default, it's on standard. So I like to change it because I'm more of a person who takes video clips. I don't take screenshots. I'm more of a video clips. So I'm going to change it into the video clips mode from the standard. Okay, and now you're going to see the mapping of the button is different. So before, when you would press the button once, it would bring up the menu on the bottom. But now, when you press the button once, it's going to take a screenshot. So if I press it anywhere in the PlayStation one time, it's going to take a screenshot. If I press and I hold the button, now it's going to bring up the menu, okay? And now you're going to notice what it did differently now too is now when I press the button twice, it's going to start recording, okay, a video of whatever my gameplay is. And while it's recording the video, whenever I want to stop it, I just have to press it twice. In the standard mode, that doesn't work. In the standard mode, you have to basically go into the menu and turn on the recording and then go back into the menu and stop it. But this way, when you have the easy clip selected, When I press this button twice like that, it'll start a recording, and whenever I want to stop it, I just press it twice. Okay, so very, very easy. You can map it any way you want. There's also screenshots, so it's going to make it easier if your person takes a lot of screenshots. Okay, so I'm going to leave it on easy clips. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do to set up the way that this capture button works for your videos. Now, we're going to go and change the quality of the videos. We're still in the broadcast and captures. We're still under captures. And if you go down here, you're going to see it says clip format. So we're going to want to go into the clip format. And now in the clip format, you can actually set the resolution that you want the PlayStation 5 to record video. Okay. By default, your PlayStation 5 is going to be here in the 1080p mode. Okay. And now the main difference between the 1080p mode and the 4K is that in the 1080p mode, PlayStation 5 is going to record the videos. Let me change it back. So you notice you have two options. You have WebM and MP4. So by default, your PlayStation is going to be like this. It's going to be in 1080p. And the file format that it's going to use is going to be the file format known as MP4. Now, MP4 is more readily used in editing software, and it's more easier for you to use and share with other people, okay? But if you want the absolute best with no compression, right, you want to change this where it says, see here, manual recording resolution. So that's when you do the screen capture. So you're going to press it, and now you're going to select 4K, okay? Now, the difference when you select 4K is that you no longer have the option to select MP4. The default format is going to be WebM. Now, WebM, it will play on your PC flawlessly, okay? It will also play, like I've plugged this into my TV, and this is a budget 4K HDR TV, and it'll play no problems, right? The only thing that I've noticed is softwares like Premiere Pro initially will not allow you to import WebM files, but the hack around that is you can go and you can get it for free. You can just type in how to import WebM to Premiere Pro, and you're going to get a free patch. It's like a free firmware or whatever that you install into Premiere Pro. It takes like 10 seconds, and then Premiere Pro is going to be able to import these PlayStation 5 WebM videos without any compression, without any visual loss included, and it's going to look identical to the PlayStation 5. Now, here is the thing that a lot of people don't consider, okay? When you were doing screen capturing with your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox One, those consoles did not support HDR. So whenever you used your Elgato and whatever screen capturing device you were using back then, when you would take that file from the Elgato and you would play it back on your PC, it would look really good because it made a replica of your video. But that is only because it did not have HDR. If you own a PlayStation 5 and you're playing it on a 4K HDR TV, by default, you're playing your games in HDR mode, and it looks phenomenal. Now, I first noticed this when I started making screen capturing of my Tomb Raider gameplay. Is now, for example, if I do a screen capturing of any game right now, it's going to look identical to the way I was playing it. And it's even going to play it with the HDR because I'm playing it back from the PlayStation 5. But if I take that same file and I transfer it, you guys see my little USB stick right here is plugged in. If I transfer that file from the PlayStation 5 to the USB stick and I try to play it on the computer, the file will play perfectly. It's going to look amazing, but it will not play the HDR because the computer does not know how to play HDR properly. So what's going to happen is the video is going to look washed out. It's not going to look the way that you've seen it here. Blacks are not going to be nearly as close as they were black on the PlayStation 5, right? The lighting that the HDR takes use of is not going to be visible on the computer. But it's not the PlayStation fault. It's because your other devices do not know how to play HDR. Now, if I take that same USB stick and plug it directly into the TV, in the back of the USB of the TV, then it's going to play identical to how the PlayStation 5 plays it, because this TV is an HDR TV. And that'll be the same thing for any TV that is an HDR, that supports HDR and has a USB stick. Is you're going to notice is that the gameplay is going to look identical to the PlayStation 5. Now you're going to have to make a decision, right? Like when I'm uploading videos, since I'm uploading them in 1080p 60 FPS, that is not such a big deal, because I can still use Premiere Pro and tweak the video and bring back in contrast, change the white balance, add some shading in it and all that, just to make the picture. But it's never going to look the way it did on the PlayStation 5, and that is simply because the PlayStation 5's HDR is next level, and your other devices like your computer and whatever you're using is not going to be able to use HDR. So the video is going to look washed out. But it has nothing to do with the PlayStation 5. It has to do with your other components. Okay, now the third... Oh, and let me show you guys how it works. So I did some screen capturing with the PlayStation 5, and I'm going to show you that it's identical. So, so when I go into settings, I'm going to go to storage and media. I got the TV muted so you won't see it. So right here is some gameplay that I did today that I'm going to be uploading later on, and you can see right now that it looks identical to the PlayStation 5. Let me turn off the light. Now keep in mind, I'm recording this video in 1080p with my cell phone, so it's obviously not looking, but it's just to show you guys that the PlayStation 5 does a replica of a screen capturing. It looks identical to the original. But if I was to take this same file and plug it directly into my computer, it's gonna lose all of the darkest of darks, all of the details, and all of the lighting, because the computer does not support HDR. Okay, and just to show you that this is a real 4K, is that when you record a video, it's going to have the 4K. See here, the video that I recorded. Let me see if I can get it. It's going to say 4K right there. And if you press the information button on any video, so this is a 33-minute video. So you see, this is a 4K 60 FPS HDR video that I recorded with the PlayStation 5. It is 33 minutes because I'm doing 30-minute videos. Now, if you press this button here, the information button, it's going to bring up a menu. You see, share, add to favorites, edit, copy to USB. But if you go to information, it's actually going to show you how big that file size is. Okay, so this one file size you could see here is that it is 12.3 gigs. Okay, that's why I was telling my buddy Ed that right now I have about almost 200 gigs in The Last of Us gameplay footages that I recorded, because I've been doing a lot for The Last of Us right now. Gameplay footage for you guys that I'm going to be uploading. But you can see here, this is a 100% uncompressed gameplay recorded directly from the PlayStation 5 by the PlayStation 5, and you can see the file size. So the bit rate in order for this video to be this high, is the bit rate has to be fairly high. All right, now the last portion of this video that I'm going to talk about is microphones, and if you want to use a headset, and how does it work, how do you do it with the PlayStation 5. Now it's very easy. Okay, I'm testing out headphones right now, so I'm not really sold on anything. Right now I got these are more of a budget, but they actually get 5 out of 5 on Amazon. There's about 1,000 reviews. These are the Vankyo Captain 100s wireless headphones. Okay, these are the HyperX Cloud 2 headphones. They're probably the most popular headphones for gaming right now. And this is my Snowball Blue Ice, the same guys who make the Yeti. This is just a lower model. So I want to show you guys that all of these things will work on the PlayStation 5, okay? Depending on what you want to do, okay? So let's start off with this guy here. Okay, this headset, and these headsets this is not going to be a review about headsets. These headsets right here, they work with the USB, and they also work with with the 3.5 millimeter jack right here. You can I don't know if you can see it, but you can plug them in with the 3.5 millimeter jack as well. And what they come with is they come with this dongle, okay? This Vankyo dongle that you plug. So I'm going to plug it into the PlayStation 5 right here. And now you see the PlayStation 5 detected it, okay? So this is a gaming headset that has headphones and it has a microphone. The microphone can be detached if I wanted it to, okay? So now within the PlayStation, I can tell the PlayStation 5 that I only want to use the headset, and if I can use this as the microphone, or I can use the microphone in here. But the microphone in this is not very good. It's decent if you're in a pinch, but it's not going to give you the same quality as this microphone here, okay? Or even this one. This microphone here is better than the PlayStation 5. But from what I've seen so far, gaming headsets, the microphone on gaming headsets are just decent. They're not going to be like a Yeti or even the Snowball. They're not going to do a job like that, okay? It just depends on what you have. But anyways, I plugged in the dongle to the PlayStation 5. So now, with the PlayStation 5, what you want to do is, let's say I want to use this headset completely, and you can have multiple headsets plugged in. It doesn't have to just be one. You can have multiple, and the PlayStation allows you to select which one you want to use, what sound you want to hear from, what sound you want to speak from, and you can do it while you're playing a game. You don't have to ever leave the game to do that. So what you want to do is you want to press the PlayStation button once, and it's going to bring up the bottom menu. And you see down here, there's two icons we really care about. We care about this one, which is the sound, and this one, which is the microphone, okay? So if we go into the if we go into the sound one first, here, you press the X button one time. So now you're going to see this menu. So by default, since I plugged in that USB dongle in there, right now the PlayStation is telling me, and let me turn the volume on for my TV now because I want you guys to hear. So right now, the volume of my TV is on, but you don't hear any sound because the sound is coming through these headphones. Try to do this with one hand. Let me turn them on and you're going to hear. All right, guys. So let's say now you have an external microphone like the Yeti, or a better microphone than what I'm using right now. And this is still a good microphone. I'm not going to say it's really good. Just the Yeti is a whole other level. So this microphone uses USB. See here? So what I would want to do is I would want to plug it in. So I'm going to remove the dongle for the Vanco. So what I would want to do now is I would want to plug this into the PlayStation 5. And let me exit here. And you're going to notice on the top right corner where the clock is, the PlayStation is going to detect this, and it's even going to have the name of it. So let me plug it in right here. And you're going to see it's going to pop up. There we go. Okay? So you see, so now the light is on from my Snowball Blue Ice. And now that is just a microphone, by the way. It's not a headset. So when I go into the microphone, you're going to see now that it's going to have my Snowball Blue Ice there now. See, there it is. You see? Snowball Blue. And the same thing, I can adjust the mic level. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. And same thing, I can adjust by decreasing or increasing the sensitivity. Now keep in mind, when you're making screen capturing videos, if you have the sensitivity too high, the microphone is going to pick up your hands pressing the buttons, which can be kind of annoying. And that is the problem that I've been having, as of recently. So the trick is really to keep that sensitivity low, right? And when you go back into Premiere, even though it's low, you can always increase decibels in Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. So that's what I've really been trying to learn and really been customizing right now with my videos. Okay, so that's how you can still use this. So you don't have to use the microphone when you're with this one. So if I started a screen capturing video right now, right, and I was recording some whatever game I was playing, then this thing here would be recording my voice instead of the PlayStation 5 controller, and this is going to do 100 times better job at the quality. Okay, so if you have a USB microphone, just plug it into the PlayStation 5, go into the into the option where you press the PlayStation button and just go under mic and change the output device. But by default, the PlayStation 5 is going to do it. Keep in mind, you can also change it back to the controller. You see, you can have it there, right? You can have more than one, okay? And now, the final headset that I see that you can get is a lot of the higher-end gaming headsets. They only come with a wired connection, like this HyperX Cloud 2. I know there's a wireless version, but this is the wired version, okay? Now, the PlayStation 5 does not have a 3.5 millimeter jack, okay? So how do you use this? Well, guess what? The PlayStation 5 controller does have a wireless jack. See in the bottom down there? See that black hole in the middle? So what you do is you take this, right, and you plug it into the bottom, just like that, see? And there. And now you can hear the sound is coming through the HyperX. See? And now, because it's plugged into there, when I go into here now, when I go into sound, let's go into sound first, you're going to see that now it's not showing the name of the HyperX Cloud because I did not plug these headphones in with USB. I'm plugging it into here. So the output device is still going to be the controller, but since the 3.5 millimeter jack is plugged into the controller, it will send the sound to this. Because remember, the PlayStation 5's controller has a speaker built in it. So the PlayStation 5 knows that this is still a device that can play sound. But you're bypassing the controller speaker with the 3.5 millimeter jack to go to your headphones, okay? And it's going to sound amazing. By the way, guys, if you guys are playing PlayStation 5, take advantage of the PlayStation 5's 3D audio by getting yourself some directional headphones. Both of these headphones sound amazing. Amazing. It's like watching a movie in DTS HD Master where I can tell the footsteps, where the guy is, where the guy's coming from. I can hear everything breaking. I can hear miles away. It's a night and day experience. It's like black and white, watching a movie in black and white. Like, that's the difference from color, okay? But anyways, so now the headphones are there, and once again you can go and increase the headphone volume, so that's how much sound is coming through the headphones. And now when I go into the microphone aspect down here, since it's plugged into here, you're gonna see here that now I have the option of still using the Snowball Blue Ice, because the Snowball is, see, it's still plugged in. So by default, it's on the Snowball. But if I press the button, you're going to notice now that I still have the wireless controller. But remember, the wireless controller is plugged in to the microphone of the gaming headset with the 3.0 millimeter jack. So if I change it over to this wireless controller, right? Now, when I hit screen record, it's going to record from the HyperX Cloud 2's microphone. It's not going to use this. So by having this plugged into the controller, it bypasses the speaker and the recording of the controller, and it will send both signals to whatever headset you're using. So that's how you use an external gaming wired headset. Now, you can also use any headset. Like I have in that little black thing over there, I have $500 Sony 1000 XM4s. Those are audiophile headphones, best in the game, okay? They can be used wirelessly, which is how I use them, but they can also be used with you can plug a 3.5 millimeter jack into them, and you can plug them into here, okay? And they still work, but they just don't have a microphone. But the difference between those headphones and these headphones is that these are made for gaming and they offer directional sound, meaning you have 365-degree sound around you that these headphones are going to be able to pinpoint, and the PlayStation 5 uses 3D sound to benefit these headphones. So when you're playing a game like Call of Duty, or even when I'm playing The Last of Us, if an enemy's walking slowly on the left side behind me, I will hear it exactly and I'll know exactly where he is. So you're gonna get a major advantage from playing with your friends or even on the computer, because now you're gonna know exactly where everything is coming from. Explosions, screaming, everything, right? When you listen to the sound from the TV, it's just playing sound and you can't tell where it's coming. Major gameplay game changer. So anyways, guys, I know this video was a little bit cheesy how I filmed it, but I'm just trying to get this video out there. My buddy Ed just recently got his PlayStation 5, and I just want to get this video out there so he can see this and he can make use of it however he wants. I know he has a Blue Yeti blackout microphone, which is maybe probably the microphone I'm going to be getting soon, because as I keep making these videos, I'm really trying to improve the quality. Like right now I'm recording these videos with my Galaxy S8 Plus. I know it's cheesy, completely budget, but it works for right now. And I think at the end of the day, you guys are going to prefer good quality content, meaning that I'm giving you guys information that you can use versus me giving you guys some high-end stuff and I'm just jargling about numbers and specifications that you don't understand. I think for the average guy, the way that I'm going to explain it to you guys is really going to be a lot more beneficial to you guys. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey guys, I just wanted to add this into the end of the video. I just want to make it super clear. I just thought about this while I was editing the video that I'm going to be uploading. But I spoke about how you can plug this gaming headset directly into the bottom of the PlayStation 5's wireless controller using the 3.5 millimeter jack, or any headphones that use 3.5 millimeter jack, and you're going to be able to hear your games through here with incredible sound, and you're also going to be able to use the microphone, right? But what I forgot to add in that video is that you do not, even though you plug this into the bottom of your PlayStation 5 and you're getting to hear the sound, and you can also record sound from the headset's microphone, you don't have to use this microphone, right? So this, for example, this microphone in this headset, you can remove it, right? So if I wanted to, I can still have my external microphone, or if you have a Yeti or you have another type of microphone, you can still have that microphone plugged into the PlayStation's USB port, right? And I also have the option now to use this combination, which is a much better combination than this microphone. So this microphone, even though it does a decent job, this microphone will do 100 times better job. So I still have the option to have this plugged in, wired to the controller, and this plugged in to the USB of the PlayStation 5. So I'm going to be able to hear the sound through here, and I can still talk over here, or any microphone that uses USB. So I just want to add this little part into the video. I forgot to add it into the video. So if those of you were wondering, okay, do I have to absolutely use the microphone with a gaming headset instead of the microphone I have? No, you don't. You can use either or. Just remember, when you're playing the game, before you start recording a video, change the microphone to either this one or tell it to use this one, whichever one you want to use, right? You can have them both plugged in simultaneously in the PlayStation 5. Just under the PlayStation button, press the PlayStation logo and go into microphone and change whichever device you prefer to use, whichever mic you want to use.